Why do I crack bad jokes? I'm having a midlife crisis where I decided my hair is anyways not.
You're 30 years old. That is what. That is 1/3 of your life.
And he has been watching Shark Tank, so he had ordered these hair dyes. So this is the only dye
Paradise.
that I commit. So a very, very warm
For a
welcome.
second, I literally got panicked, Sanchari.
Bazinga!
Good one.
My hands are like, they got wet. It's sweating.
Very good at acting. Very good at acting.
Sanchari, I want to say I like you got punished by somebody.
The gym thing.
Yeah.
When I got punished at the gym.
I'm happy that somebody is there to punish you.
I get punished all the time. What are you saying? Everybody thinks I am the one who dominates him. You should see. I get punished all the time. Okay.
Get punished for what?
It's a no, don't worry. I'm like a naughty child who gets caught and punished a lot. By the way, Sujata, can you call Sadhana once and see if she
I am there. I'm only talking.
Oh, you. I thought it's Sujata who's talking. Oh, you want me to get punished?
You got punished, no? I was happy.
I get a lot of punishment. My mother-in-law is angry at me that I'm not eating her food because I'm on dieting. I get a lot of punishment and silently. This is red. Red,
Good
green.
one. Looking nice.
A very big crisis. I'm going to die. All right. So with that, let's start. We have a long class full of notes. Before this session, we were thinking of, is there any song with nose that we can play? But I have a very fun, all days I have been studying noses. I feel like आज पूरा दिन मैंने सिर्फ लोगों के noses देखे. I've explored so much because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about noses. Even Niranjan hasn't seen this. I'm very excited. Let me share screen.
Yeah, you have the permission.
Do you think Niranjan will look good with a dyed beard, like a yellow, red, blonde streaks? What do you think, guys?
Please.
Say, comment in dye, and if most people do, I will get him to dye his.
See, out of a group with 51 people, only 12 people have joined, and that itself makes it a huge minority.
Out of these 14 people, 10 people say you will get a
Sadhana is on my team. No. Why? Like, why?
No, Niranjan.
You have a natural, beautiful black. I have a natural.
Yes, you are handsome. You're looking nice. This is good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Black thick beard. Why turn myself to a clown?
To see, that's my only perspective. They will come to
see. Everyone is sensible. Everyone is saying no, sir, don't do it. I won't. Don't worry.
They are jealous of your beauty. They know once you do it, you look so nice. I'm telling you. I know my hair doesn't look good. It's okay.
Oh no, you're looking nice. You're looking nice. Girls are always girls.
My plan is just to cut it off. When it gets very bad, it will get it out. Why is this not loading, Ray?
Should work. You try
sharing it for my sister only. 1 minute. Then you share from there. I am going to do red, blue, yellow color, every color on the platform that is there. All right, let's. I'm very excited. You haven't also seen this, no?
No.
Yeah, now I can share.
Great.
All right. So we are here at the second module, nose, which is, of course, a very important part of a human figure. But today I'm going to explain to you that over the world, how many different kinds of noses actually exist, which even probably Niranjan would not be able to tell you throughout this class. He'll be able to draw a certain type of it. But I want you to use this to appreciate the different kind of noses that are. I was also very surprised. Today I've spent like 5-6 hours on this. Okay. So we will start. There are actually, according to the Chinese one had done a face study and they had talked about 12 kinds of noses. I find it very weird and a little racist that Chinese found out about so many noses, but that was very old. Now we have come to new terms and we have thought of a lot of studies have been done on a lot of faces being analyzed. AI is there. These noses are basically, there is not a lot of Indian studies. Nobody's doing a lot of Indian-based studies. But the sample space here is about Europe and US, and it's a pretty accurate picture. Okay. The first kind of nose, which is the most common kind of nose, is the fleshy nose. It's a nose that is typical. Thoda sa volume mein zyada hai. It's straight from there and it's wide open at the end. This is the most common one, with 24.2% having this. It is also called the bulbous tipped nose. It's not considered a very beautiful kind of nose as such. So most actresses with this have known to change their noses, etc. Apparently, even Katrina Kaif had a bulbous tipped nose. Our Anushka Sharma also had a bulbous tipped nose, and they got it done. Today, I've also found out a lot about plastic surgery. Nose is one of the most common things to get plastic surgery for, because we don't realize this, but a simple shift from here to there and it can change your face. I'll actually, I found a video. If I get it, I'll share it. Just a simple nose can change it. Nose is the most significant feature. We usually say it's eyes, but it is actually a nose that can be pointed there.
much more intimidating.
It is the most under the knife to get in. Plastic surgeons make a lot of it. And you all know that the very first surgeon in the world had also done a nose surgery. Who is this surgeon? Tell me. People will know, I'm sure. In the chat box, tell me. World's first. Yes, you got it. The world's first was from India only, Sushrut, who had done a nose surgery. It was called rhinoplasty back then, first plastic surgery. Okay. Then there is a Lenin nose, which is also, I'll tell you what is the Lenin nose about. The Lenin nose is ekdam sharp and very pointed. So it gives a look of authority. It is someone like who can look down upon you. Slightly different from this is the hawk. So this actress is by Barbara Streisand. This nose is also called as the Barbara Streisand type of nose, because look at it, it's straight and it's then a little turn. Snape also has this nose. Look at this nose, very distinctive, right? If you see this nose, you will never forget this nose. So it is like a beak of a hawk, you can say like a bird, etc. This is a very distinguished type of a nose.
This person?
Barbara Streisand. Then is the snub nose. The snub nose is like celestial. I'll go to the celestial next. It's small, it's soft, it's a nice nose. In fact, the snub nose, I'll come back later, has also got a variant. It is one of the most, this century's most coveted plastic surgeries ke baad people get this kind of nose, snub nose. This is the most common in female. It's an upturned or celestial nose in which there is a slight turn into the nose. Emma
What type of nose
Stone.
do you have?
You tell me. You have a hook nose. Yeah, you have a hawk nose. So nose is very there. No. There are very slight differences in it. You have to like really
I
look
have
at
wide
it.
ears. Like I have wide ears.
Yeah, you do. Then there is a Roman nose. Roman nose, like you can feel with the word, has got a lot of class in it. It's an elite kind of nose.
Yes.
It's long and it goes there. It is
Very
slightly
few people
curved.
have seen this.
It has a slight curve in it. It doesn't have a very strong, but you can see her face, right? Her nose is the most significant feature I can see in her. Gives her a unique personality. Who can tell me who is this? You won't tell the answer. Who can tell me who is this person? He is one of the most famous people behind a Roman nose. Come on, tell me who is this very, very famous person who has shaped history. If you have studied world history, you will know this person. Yes, Saraswati, it is Stalin. Such a handsome man. He is portrayed as hanging so many things. Stalin, it is also known as a Stalin nose. So if there is a Lenin nose, there has to be a Stalin nose. How come you don't know about Stalin, Niranjan? You are in Kerala. So Stalin nose is famous. Then there is a Greek nose. The Greek noses are very much manufactured. Most people don't have this perfect nose. It says that from the top to bottom, there's a long straight shape. So I was reading about this. The Greek nose is one of the most Beverly Hills coveted. There are so many plastic surgeons who call themselves Greek nose experts.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston, by the way, is very famous for 2-3 nose surgeries that she went through. If you see her from Friends to right now, you will see how her journey has changed in there are so many times her nose, septum, etc. have been changed.
People, lips and nose, the part that people change.
Lips is number 2. After nose, it's lips. Lips are number 2.
Anushka Sharma had done a lip.
Yeah, and as per report, Sara Ali Khan was the last one to get a nose job done. It's called a nose job.
Dulquer Salman has done a nose job.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yes,
didn't.
yes. I mean, it's a huge difference actually. It's a huge difference.
I'll Google and
You
see.
can actually show that.
Then this is one of the most rarest kind of noses. It's only in 0.8%. It's this person is Marilyn Monroe. It's a slight upturned nose. If you see, the goes straight and then there's a slight upturn. It gives a cute effect as far as I say. So these are the kind of
long nose
amazing type of noses that you have.
This one. That what is it? What is it?
Roman nose. Greek nose, sorry.
Roman.
The difference between Roman and Greek is Roman will be arching a little forward, curved there. And with Greek, it's all straight, one volume throughout. So quickly tell me, open your selfie cameras, look at it and tell what nose you have. Most of you will say, Arey, I have a bulbous nose, but look carefully. Actually, there's one type of nose I haven't told you. I forgot to add it. Let me add. Quickly till then, tell me which nose is yours. What kind of a nose do you have? Tell me, na Niranjan, what kind of nose do I have?
Very hard. You have a nose that is slightly flat.
I have a bulbous nose. I have an awesome nose. Jaisa bhi hai everywhere. All nose matters. Bulbous, Greek, Stalin.
I tried to open the selfie camera and I just realized my phone crashed. I can't.
Sad.
Sad.
Okay, there's just one kind of nose. This is more recent contemporary picture, so you might be able to recognize this person more. This is considered the cutest nose, the button nose.
Wednesday, huh?
Yeah, Wednesday Adam. So this nose is like slightly upturned. It gives you a cute one. Most of these young teenagers and all ordered. What is her name? Miley Cyrus also has a button nose. So button nose is actually considered very beautiful in terms of American culture. They consider it as a sign of beauty and do it, so it's much coveted there as well. So that's all about noses. That's all about this nose. I studied so much about nose today. I don't know why. But now you are going to draw your favorite kind of noses, right? I think Hrithik Roshan has a Roman nose, no? He has a Roman nose. I have Marilyn type. Wow.
He has a Greek god nose.
Sadhna, wow. He must have done plastic surgery.
Yes, I'll actually show you. Nose actually makes a lot of difference.
Actually, Hrithik Roshan has a whole face put on it. Did you know this? I saw in Doom 2. This is not his real face.
No, only Doom 2 and Dawn 2. So.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Show this first
one.
Show this first one and tell them who. Can you guess who this is?
Kind of difference that.
This. No, first show them this and ask who this is. Oh my God.
So, guys, do you recognize? Can you recognize this young man here?
Oh my God.
Recognize this young man here.
Such a difference. He looks like Sundar Pichai or some IT nerd.
IT nerd. See, this is what nose surgery, plastic surgery can do for you, anyways.
So we are not ugly. We are just poor. If we are rich enough, we will also get beautiful. That is the okay. Okay, I understood.
All right, so let's start drawing. All right, so see, whatever your type of nose, bulbous, Roman, hooked, arched, upturned, button nose.
If you have as much free time as me, you can go and look at this. I spent so much time looking today at how much difference just a simple nose can make to people. This gave me a lot of appreciation. Look at this. This is from Friends. How much appearance her entire has changed. So I was very much in shock because I thought eyes are the most important ones. Now I know noses.
It is very nice.
Now I'm taking my nose out of this business and I'm going to straight.
Super cool. Thank you. Okay. So, as I was telling, no matter what your kind of nose is, straight, button, curved, upturned, whatever it is, fundamentally a nose can be drawn very easily by understanding it, by breaking it down to 3 basic parts. You want to know what those 3 basic parts are? Those 3 basic parts, get ready. Okay, we are going to feel, you're going to touch and feel our nose and find out. So, the first part. Okay, I want you to do this action with me here. The first part is the bridge. In Malayalam, we call this Mookin Palam, literally the nose bridge. Right? In English also, we call this the nose bridge. Okay. Can you all feel the bridge here? Yes, give me a yes if you can feel the bridge. Yes, this is the bridge. One. Second, this edge here. See, can you touch and feel this flesh that is at this edge? I don't want anyone to tuck their fingers inside the hole. This edge. See that? This is the ball. Do you feel the rounded shape here? This is the ball. Right? Okay. Now, feel this side. See, I want your fingers to slide through this side. See that? I want your fingers to slide through this side. See? From the ball, it extends, it connects the ball and the bridge and it goes away to the sides. You see that? This is called the wings. These are the wings for the nose. Primarily, your nose can be divided into three basic parts: the bridge, the ball, the wings. We'll draw this, we'll take notes. Don't worry about that. Let's start. Let's understand this on a much more deeper level here. Okay, can you all see the drawing screen? Let's first study the nose much more closely. Okay, so before drawing anything, we're going to look and study this. So starting from here, first part for a nose is its bridge. See, notice it runs between your eyes. It runs between your eyes and it's literally shaped like a bridge. You can see its shape like this. Second is a ball. This ball could also extend downwards depending upon how your shape is. But you can see overall there is a round shape here. This is the and then here, this side, what you're seeing, this is the wings. How many of you think this division makes things very, very simple? Right? See, if I ask you to draw a nose, it'll be challenging. But if I ask you to just draw a circle, all of you can draw a circle. If you can draw one straight bridge, I mean, this shape, simple, like a sausage shape. How about this, just this side on this? Very simple. So basically, you have this, and you have this. That's it. Even for the other nose, let me show you another example here. See? Ball, wings, bridge. An interesting observation here is that we also can look and understand the 3D shape of it, looking this way. See here, this and this. Just touch and feel your nose. Can you feel this upward, this slant over the nose? Can you feel this slant that goes up and comes this way? Can you feel that? Can you feel the roundedness of these regions? You can feel this. Can you feel the curvature of this region? You can see that. Now here, of course, the wings, it's not like it's coming, it's just out and it's stuck towards the side. The wings, if you actually observe the shape and the structure, they extend, they curve in, maybe this part also curves in. Some nuances are there depending upon the kind of nose you're drawing, depending upon the differences. There are small differences, like some people, as you just saw, have fleshy noses. So you're going to have to make the ball much more bigger. Some people have a hooked nose. So this is not going to be so round, but it's going to be hooked. Some people have a long nose, a bridge nose, a longer bridge, the Roman type, where the bridge is going to be more pronounced. So these differences are there, of course. But fundamentally, rather than looking at the shape of the entire nose and wondering what to do, look at these individual parts and observe the differences in these parts. Who has a much more, is the bridge more pronounced? Is the ball more pronounced? Are the wings close together? Are the wings spread out? I mean, these wings, are they spread out? And this, my friends, this is what you have to understand and sketch. Let's start drawing this right away. So I'm going to start by sketching this nose here. And after learning to draw eyes, I assure you nose is going to be a cakewalk. Why is this suddenly I can see this happening? So just give me a minute. A common problem that happens when I'm drawing the nose is I will draw one way on the left side, I'll draw another way on the right. And this is a challenge that most of the time we face whenever we are drawing a portrait. It's very important that as an artist, when I'm drawing, I'm able to get the left and the right sides the way that I want. Like here, when I'm dividing this one, the left side what I draw should match with what comes on the right side. So at the end of the day, this is like a triangle. See, notice how this is like a triangle and how this is, this part is symmetric around it. On this triangle, I can also observe that nearly 1/3 of this is going for the nose, for the ball of the nose. And then I can see how the other 2/3 is the rest of the bridge. Notice this, the top is between the eyebrows, which is exactly where the bridge of the nose starts. And I can see how 1/3 of this is being devoted for the ball of the nose. When I'm coming to this example here, it slightly changes. When I'm coming to this example, I can see that 1/2 of this is going for the ball, whereas the other is for the bridge. The symmetry, however, still remains. The interesting part here is that you can draw this just like how you would draw any other object, provided you understand the basics about composition, the basics about breaking down to shapes. And these are the concepts I keep hammering in every session, class after class after class. I keep talking about these same things. So, you're going to really apply those fundamentals here so that you can get this. Follow these basic principles about symmetry, about guidelines, about setting the divisions, and you can pretty much cover anything from nose to Angelina Jolie's portrait. Okay? So start with the center line, and I'm going to set the base. See, we're only focusing on drawing the nose, okay? Because it's such a nosy class, I'm only going to draw the nose. Pay attention that the left and the right sides are symmetric. The left and the right sides are symmetric, okay? I need to set this up. The left and the right sides are symmetric. So I can use a scale and I can check, or I can use my pencil, whatever means, I can use whatever means to do this. Then here I have the stop. So I can just mark the stop. This is where the top is starting. Okay. Now just leaving a little bit of gap here. Or there is another way you can do it. Start from this edge and draw a triangle as you would do. Start from that and just draw a triangle as you would do. Out of this, you can just cut out a piece. And this will be the top of the nose. See? This will be the top of the bridge. This will be the base. Your nose ball can come a little below this. Your nose bridge can come a little side. That's all right. But this is just the base. This is the foundation of what you're drawing here. In the next stage, I'm going to have to look at the image and I'm going to have to identify how much space I have to leave for these. Both these noses are different and the angles in this nose is also slightly different. This is straight front, much more hooked. This is slightly upturned and a much more round, fleshy nose. So what are you going to do here? You're going to have to look at the overall shape and make the division. Here, it is pretty clear that this is 1/3 of the entire shape. So what you're going to do, you're going to at 1/3 position, almost 1/3 position, say you're going to draw a line. And you can just check 1, 2, 3. Okay, fair enough. Almost 1/3. You're having to draw this. All right. So done. So far, in your endeavor to draw a nose, you have drawn a rectangle with a base and a top. That's it.
It's working now.
What? Yeah, it's working fine. It's not the fan. Done. Very simple, right? Now, what are we going to do? We can now draw the shape. We can now draw the definition of the nose. So I'll start with the ball here. Make the ball nice and round. See, do not make the mistake of restricting the shape within this. Like I told you, this is just a guideline, and the guideline is there for you to refer. It does not mean your drawing has to fit within this. That's not the way it works. Your drawing can extend a little beyond this. It can go a little above, below. But this is just your base idea. Like if your guideline is here, obviously, then your ball of the nose should not come this big. Should not come here. That's obvious. But a few millimeters above, few millimeters below, this you can do. And how do you decide? By looking at the reference image. By looking at the reference image, you're going to decide how big you're going to make this. Now, you have to also make sure that this is symmetric from the left and from the right. Left and right. Left and right. So you have to check the symmetry. Okay, done. So now you've drawn the ball of the nose. Let's draw the bridge here. When you're drawing the bridge, okay, you can draw the bridge or the wings. That's up to you. Both of them are connected. When you're drawing the bridge, do not make the mistake of trying to fit it within the ball and then extending the bridge. So this is not how you should draw. Okay, this looks very funny. This is not how it should draw. But if you actually observe, you can see that while this is the bridge, while this is the ball, the bridge extends outside here. You can see that the bridge extends outside, it gets connected to the wings. They're connected and they come outside. They exist outside of the spectrum. Like it's not like you have to set this, connect this and no. Then in that case, your nose will be too stuffed, too, flat. That's not what you want. You don't want it to be squished. Rather, you want it to be spread enough. Here itself, if you notice, this is the nose. This is the region for the nose. Outside of it also, there is a bridge. So you're going to draw the bridge. And when you're drawing the bridge, don't make them flat. But rather, you're going to just give it this slight slant you're going to give, see? So that immediately creates a 3D, that immediately creates a depth. Okay. When you look at the bridge of a nose, as I said, it is not flat, but rather it comes as a it turns out that it is a shape like this, correct? It turns out that it is a shape like this. So on this, I can see three different surfaces. I can see one surface here, I can see a second plane here and a third plane here, correct? See that? Do you see three different planes here? I want you to touch and feel your own nose and try and identify the three different planes. So your three different planes on your nose, get a feel of the thing, get involved with every step that I'm doing, because all of this eventually is going to, you become really self-aware, aware of your own body, and then you have the best reference yourself. So see one plane, second, there is a front, then there is a third plane side. So when you're drawing the bridge, you're not going to draw it as a single line, but rather you're going to draw it as three different planes, the left side, center, and the right side. I hope these concepts are becoming crystal clear to you now, and you can now bring them on the sketchbook. There, here you go. One. Okay. See that the second one, don't try to restrict this here, but rather let it go outside. See, let this plane, like this entire thing is a plane. Let this entire plane go outside of the ball. Same thing for this. See, notice how this entire plane actually comes outside of the plane. Okay. So now you have drawn the three different planes. Okay, you've drawn the three different planes for the nose. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. You've also drawn the ball of the nose. The next step, you're going to draw the bridge. You're going to draw the wings of the nose. So for the wings of the nose, you can just don't extend it from the ball, but rather extend it from the side of the bridge. See, like this, it has to come as a natural extension. You can give it a curve here, a curve here, depending upon how the shape you're perceiving it. And can complete this shape like this. See, a curve that goes this way can complete this shape here. So each of these features, you're after this, now you're individually learning, you're individually mastering each one of these features. After this, we will put them together. In the next class, in the next session, we're going to have a grand master class on Sunday. It's going to be a 3-hour long master class from Sunday 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. From the Sunday 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's going to be a grand master class, 4 to 7, 7:30 is going to be. So in that session, I will teach you how you can combine the eyes, the nose. We will learn how to add lips. And when you put them together, you have a face already, right? In the upcoming sessions, we'll learn how to add features such as hair, beard, mustache, and really enrich our portrait. So here again, see here again, you can draw these wings, and most importantly, you want to check for symmetry. See, if this left side, if this right side and this left side are matching, I can clearly see that one of my side is slightly bigger. So what can I do? I will adjust this. Slightly bigger. So I have adjusted this. When you're drawing these wings, check if the left and the right sides look identical, or if they are of different shapes. Check and correct. Now you have this. You want to correct the lower part, the wings. You can just add this small hook here, and it becomes the wings. See that? So now, see, notice here, I'm also adding a lower area to this. Much like this, I'm adding a lower area. I don't want your nose to look like it's just cut from the side and pasted on some cardboard. You can just add a slight curvature here and you can just bring the hook. Okay. Adjust the curvature as needed. And you're going to have to add this. You can add the nose ring. See here, there's a nose ring. Here as well, there is a, you can add the nose ring. Any ornaments you want, you can add over this. That's it. Your nose. Was this not simple? Right? Let's add a little bit of shade to this. Okay, let's add a little bit of shade to this. And just add a little bit of context and surrounding area so that this looks more complete. And after that, we can move on to the feedback. So here, when you're drawing the nose, I mean, portrait always it exists in context. It's not like one feature you're done and that's it. So you can actually, around this, you can draw you can show a little bit of the eyebrows, how they go, see? Like you already learned about the eye socket, the eyebrows. You need not show the entire thing, but you can just slightly show how the eyebrows are going here. Here also you can just show how this nose bridge is connected to the eyebrows. You can just show that. You don't need to draw the eyes, but just show the surrounding areas. Like here, there are going to be eyes. Here also, you can be sure there will be eyes here, right? We're not showing the entire eyes, but we are just creating a certain context around it so that this looks more, it looks as a part of something greater. Just add a bit of context around here. Can add a bit of, can bring some shading here. Can bring some shading here. You can add a little bit of this shading around this one here. Then this area here as well. So this, you can add a little bit of this shadow for the nose. You can just start. Right? Let's do some shading on this. Done? Yes. I'll wait for you all to, just work around it. See, these are areas where you should not purely depend only on my instruction, because so far as the drawing of the nose is concerned, we followed every step to the point. Every step to the point we followed and we got this. But around this, after that, the surrounding context and other things, I'm leaving that to you. It's up to you, what are some of the things that you just want to show, that you just want to mark and show, so that some quirks you want to add, so that it overall a sense of a space is created. It's all about creating a sense of space rather than making it look like a nose that is isolated and floating in space. How can you create this thing? Okay. So done. Now let's add some shading to here. I'll just, I'll first erase off some of these unnecessary pencil marks. Okay, there are a lot of these marks that I don't need, like this area, like a lot of marks I just don't need. I can just erase off. I will only maintain, I'll only keep the parts that is necessary. For example, here I can maintain this side. I can maintain the shades here. Here also there are some shades that I can maintain. That's it. Like here also just a mark I can maintain. Okay. Just a few areas here and there. Few areas here and there you're putting. Okay, now let's add some. Let's add some shading on this. Notice the direction of my shading here, how it is slanting, according to this to the shape. Like this shape is slanting, so my strokes are also slanting. You can do the same with pen also, but in order to just make it simple, keep it simpler, I'm using my pencil. See, notice how I'm using these strokes to just shade it here. And for this surface also, I can shade in this, maintaining this curve. See, notice how I am not just smudging like this, but I'm actually putting strokes according to the curvature. I can also lay strokes that goes like this over the see. Even now when I'm doing this, my strokes are curving according to the shape of the nose. And that is what matters. See that? How about this area? See? My strokes are not linear, but they are following according to the shape of the nose. And this is how you can make your nose look really 3D and projecting out, where every stroke you put is not flat or random, but it's according to the shape of the form. How to shade according to the shape of the form? Pay very close attention here. How you need to think of these strokes is, imagine you are tying a thread around this. Imagine you were tying a thread around this, Mahirish. How would you tie? Your strokes will go around the shape. If you are tying around here, your strokes could go around the shape. If you are tying here, your strokes could go around this shape. It could go around this shape, or it could even go around this shape. Even for this one, my strokes could even go like this. See, even here also, it is going around the shape. Are you understanding? Give me a yes if you are able to understand this concept about shading according to the direction. You are placing strokes, you're placing parallel strokes, but you're curving them according to the direction, the flow that we are going with. Okay. See, and just by adding in more layers like this, I can get some really dark tones and values. See, every stroke that I'm putting, see, I'm curving around it, and overall notice it suddenly started projecting, started popping. I can add a little bit of light strokes here. I can add a little bit of strokes here. See, notice how my strokes are working. See, if I were going like this, my strokes are going up and they are coming down. Here also they are going up and they're coming down. Here also they're going up and they're coming down. You can experiment the same thing with pens also, which I would strongly recommend, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But with pencil also you can do, and it's very easy. See, notice here, just get creative. Don't make your strokes only go in one direction. Get creative and switch directions. Sometimes I'm going horizontal curve. Here I'm going vertical curved. Some place you can go diagonal curved. As long as you're following a consistent shape, your drawing will look great. See, it's curving around this portion. See that? I love how this looks. Looks beautiful. See, here also I can just shade some more. I can just add some shading here. Let's add some shadows here. See, on this side you're going to add. Notice here I'm adding slanting strokes. See, try this. You're adding slanting strokes. Here also you're adding slanting strokes. See that? You're doing hatching. Let's add some cross hatching. So what are you going to do? Pay attention. You're going to do the same slanting stroke by slightly changing direction. See? What the hell just happened? These are slanting hatching slightly change direction and do the same thing, slanting cross hatching. See that? It becomes like a beautiful stitching that you can. You can, of course, darken the nose ring and other areas. And in between this nose, you can just shade here. See? This nose area in between, you can just shade and just make this completely dark. That's it, guys. You have a pretty use. Now everything what we did was simple yet beautiful. One shape at a time, one stroke at a time. We transformed blank piece of paper into something else. So once you're done, I'll wait for you. Once you're done, please do share your work. Please do share your work in and we can move on to this. As far as the light drawing part is concerned, we are mediating. And now the next will be at some. Until then, you can practice, you can do that. We are already learned. Say why. Please share your work in. Bueno, yes. I am about to all have got in it. So this components. This. No, you can't hear. You can't hear me. Oh, okay. Yes. Now I think you can hear me. So what I'm picking are some of the drawings which I feel could have been better. So let's start off with. Let's start with. Let's start with this nose here. See, the shape is very well intentioned. I love the hatching on this. I love how this is, how the overall approach is there. All of this very beautiful. The problem with this is that this is too. The problem with this is that this is too narrow. You notice here the nose starts and ends here. See, no one's nose is this narrow. A person's nose has to be wider. So the reason why it appears like this is there is shade here, right? There is shade here and it kind of feels as though nose ends. But the nose bridge, see, on this side, the nose bridge comes till here. So on this side as well, the nose bridge should come till here, correct? So the nose bridge should not end here, but rather it should come a little more wider like this. So any shade that you're doing, don't define a very sharp edge like this here, but rather make it seem like it's a much more wider nose. See that? And once I just have corrected that, then everything else will fall in place. Because the nose, that part is too narrow, this wings have also become too narrow. Like the overall nose just needs to be much more spread out and wider. That's my opinion on this drawing. Regarding this one, the shape needs a lot of improvement. The shape is not like this, where it is, where it's like a separate piece that is cut and attached. It cannot happen that way. The shape one, it needs to blend out. One of the things is that, see, if you look at a nose, they come out like this, right? It's never, rarely do, at least not in this picture, we are not seeing it round like this. They come out like this, they come here and they go here. And for this as well, see this, this part from this part, there is a complete lack of symmetry. If I were to take the symmetry, you can see that the left and the right it's off. So what are you going to do? You're going to not make these lines that just cuts this off from the entire shape, but rather you're going to try and create a blend between this side and this side, where both of them come together and it's one whole shape. See, pay attention to the shape. When you're drawing this dark like this, what happens is this completely looks like it's a separate piece that is cut and attached. Are you understanding? It should not happen that way, but rather it needs to feel as though it is one whole part. Okay? Like, don't try not to create these hard divisions. Moving on to this. The problem with this work is that it's the ball. See, you have understood the idea very well. So that is certainly visible, but you have taken it too far. Like, for example, I can see the ball separately. I can see the bridge separately. I can see the wings separately. Although I am making this division, when you see a nose together, it's not very obvious in the beginning, right? When you're seeing this nose, if I suddenly start asking where is the ball, bridge, and wings, you cannot say. It's all smooth. It's all coming together as one whole piece. So even though when you're starting to draw, you start making those different shapes. You start making those different shapes together. Eventually, once you complete, you have to bring them together. It has to look like one whole shape that has been made out of this. And it's no longer these different curvature that goes. All right. So this is my insight here. And when you're shading as well, if a light is coming from here, then this entire area, this entire region can be dark. See, Now, once I have, even though I have just added a little bit of shading, suddenly this looks blended. Then this line here is not needed. This line here is not needed, where it could have come out much more smoother. Okay, clear? Yes, are you learning? Are you learning by looking at how others have drawn? Yes. Super. So now let's get into this. Let's get into this work here. It's a common practice when we are drawing nose. We have a tendency to show the sides like this, right? The grandma nose we show like this. But in reality, the shape does not come like this. If you look at the shape, it's more solid. See, there is an extension here, then there is a slight cut here, and it goes in. There is an extension here, it goes, there's a slight cut and it goes in. But it does not have a shape like this, right? So this, a lot of cartoon artists do this. But here we are not trying to draw cartoon, we are trying to get a more realistic approach. We are trying to get a more realistic drawing. So in this case, don't try not to just make it that. But what do you say? And similarly, just as I had told for the other drawing, the division is too hard. It's such a hard division. Like here, it's such a hard division. It's like this part is this looks like it's a nose that is cut somewhere and pasted on the face. Try not to bring these blocky hard divisions, but try to merge them all together eventually in the drawing. This shape could have come like this. It could have come this way, and see, add a much more solid curve that goes. Then another part that is missing here is there is a side that is below this. See, when a nose comes, there is this, right? There is a back side to this as well. There is not just the front, there is a back side to this. So you have to try and show the back side also. Like when you are, it goes around like this. So this entire curvature that goes around, the backside also has to be shown. Only in that way will your nose look out, popped and projected. Okay. So I guess that clears up a lot of things, and you learned a lot today. So all the best. So that's about it for today's session. All the best. Take care. We'll see you again on Sunday, where we're going to put all our knowledge on eyes and nose together. Have a good night. Take care. Sleep well. And we'll see you again. Now it's open platform.